Hey guys, Doc here for his newest video. Just wanted to let you guys see my newest pickup. This is the Transformers Volume 1 Compendium, and it showcases the original 4-issue miniseries from Marvel that actually became so popular that it turned into an 80-issue series. So this has got issue 1 through 44. We get the formative story of Optimus Prime and the Autobots versus Megatron and the Decepticons. You actually had black-suited Spider-Man show up in issue 3 because why not? They were happy with the new suit that he had gotten. This book is huge. I think it's 1,062 pages of Transformers goodness, and it's volume 1 of 2 that will tackle the entire series. Now, I want to say this is on newsprint. I've also got the Starman compendium that I don't have handy, but it's much heavier because this is printed on the original type of paper that this book would have been printed on, whereas the Starman compendium from DC is printed on heavier, thicker, I want to say Baxter paper, heavier grade paper. You get to see Optimus Prime interact so much more, even with the strange colors that he's got going on there, with these humans. And what makes Optimus so heroic compared to Megatron and his villainous ways. You get so much more story than you could ever get in the original G1 cartoon. I love the G1 cartoon. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, one of my favorite cartoons of all time. But the medium of comics just gives you such a broader stroke and a broader spectrum to look at things through. You get to see so much more depth than you could ever get in the G1 cartoon. They had 30 minutes, and originally they were trying to sell you toys, and that's all they were trying to do. Here, you get a bunch of different artists, a bunch of different writers. Let's see who some of the creatives here were that worked on this book. Looks like you get Bill Mantlo, Ralph Macchio, not the Karate Kid, Jim Salicrup, Bob Budiansky, Lynn Kaminsky, and Steve Parkhouse as writers, with Frank Springer, Alan Kupperberg, William Johnson, Herb Trimp, Don Perlin, Graham Nolan, Elliot Brown, and so many more. Jose Delbo is in here as an artist, as a penciler. And then you get Kupperberg inking his own stuff. You've got Kyle Baker, you've got Elliot Brown, Vince Coletta, Brett Breeding, Jim Fern, all of these guys. And then Neil Yomtov and Gina Hart as colorists. So you get this massive book, and I haven't shown you the spine of it yet. Look how thick this thing is. That is absolutely ridiculous. That thing is huge. But, like I said, for as heavy as it is, you can just pick it up, and it's not a paperweight other than just for being so thick. It is not heavy at all. You can move it around with 2 fingers. And since it's on the newsprint, like I said, the colors don't necessarily pop as much as they might on, quote-unquote modern paper, but you still get very much the details of what you're trying to see in these pages. You're getting the story, you're getting half of the complete story. If I remember right, this series ran for 80 issues in the US, and then the UK stories ran for quite a bit longer, written by Simon Furman and other people, art by Jeff Sr. and a bunch of other guys. But this is only going to collect the US Marvel series, not the Marvel UK and things like that. But hey, if you absolutely love the original G1 Transformers and you're liking Daniel Warren Johnson's storyline that he's got going on now in the new Skybound books, check this out. I think if you're a Transformers purist, you'll love it, and it'll give you the opportunity to go back and study what was considered for a long time canon in Marvel lore, that the Transformers had met Spider-Man and all of these other heroes that you get to see on a day-to-day basis in the Marvel U. So, thanks for checking it out, guys. Let me know in the comments if you picked up this book. I got mine through Amazon, but did you go pick yours up at the LCS? Did you have them order it through previews? How did you get your copy, if you did? And what do you think about Transformers Compendium 1?